All right, what's going on, ATL? It's your girl, Skyebutterfli. Sky in Style Atlanta Uncut. And of course, we bring you nothing but greatness, right? Now, you guys are familiar with Drumma Boy. He's got so many hits out there. He worked with so many amazing artists. And of course, what else would you do next but write a memoir about all of your experience? So thank you so much. Do we want to go by Drummer Boy? Do we want to go by Christopher James? What do you want to go by?
Man, it don't matter, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Absolutely.
Oh,
And D-Boy, Drum. A lot of people call me Drum, you know what I'm saying? But definitely people who went to high school with me might call me Chris, you know what I'm saying? Not many of those, but definitely a pleasure to be here, man.
yeah. So let's go ahead and call you Drum because you know what? We're gonna just chop it up like we are friends. You've got an incredible story. So hold on. You are the son of an opera singer?
Yeah, my mom was in the opera, my dad was in the orchestra. My older brother was in the hip hop heavy, making beats and whatnot. He's about the same age as Jazzy Faye. So, I grew up, a lot of my influence as far as making beats and whatnot came from my older brother, man, R.I.P. Insane Wayne.
So this is in your little Memphis bloodline. This is in your blood. This just
Oh
runs
yeah,
all up and down your veins.
absolutely.
So it was just a natural fit for you.
Yeah, growing up in the church, you know what I mean, with the home of the blues, you know what I mean, Memphis, Tennessee, man, I couldn't see it any other way.
So your support, your parents, did they, since they are musicians, were they very encouraging? I could only imagine so. Of course, we will pause.
Phone went dead, so I just saw
There we
that.
go. It's okay. It's okay. It's a, electronic device. They're
This
not
just getting started, so it ain't nothing to start them over. Them little questions started.
exactly, and it can be edited. It's okay.
Uh,
So my question was, since you had your sets of your set of parents were both musicians, I was curious to find out what that encouragement looked like. Did they encourage you?
um, my dad raised me playing clarinet, so he was in the clarinet. My first instrument I had in my mouth was a recorder at the age of 3. Between the recorder, the clarinet, and piano, that's kind of like how I grew up as far as music, singing in the church choir and stuff like that. And I kind of got introduced, not kind of, but I got introduced to hip hop through my brother. So my dad, being in the orchestra, really wasn't a fan of hip hop. You know what I mean? My mom got me my first piece of equipment, and she knew what my older brother was doing. So she was like, if it's gonna keep you out of trouble, I guess. So I really kind of had to keep it from my dad and keep it a secret. I ain't tell him I was Drumma Boy until 19 years old. So
Oh
most
wow.
support came from my mom and my grandfather.
Oh wow. So when he found out, what
He
happened?
found out when I was kicked out of college, University of Memphis. He's the dean. He's cool with the dean of the university. he taught at the university, and once he found out, he was pretty disappointed, and was telling me I wasn't gonna be this, wasn't gonna be successful, blah blah blah. Looked me in my eye, told me I wasn't gonna be shit, basically, and that was my motivation. That was my inspiration to take it and make it on a whole nother level. I was
And
6 months due to unattendance. And he was like, man, you big bad wolf, since you so hard headed, show me 100,000, and I pulled out $10,000 cash on the table, slammed it on the table, like, man, I'm Drumma Boy, man. You don't know who I am. Da, da, da. I done produced this. And at this time I had some pretty big songs out on the radio with Tila and a couple songs with Yo Gotti out. And I just looked him in his eye like, man, you got me fucked up. He was like, man, what you gonna do with $10,000 cash? You ain't got no bank account. You ain't got no credit card. You can't buy your mom the house she want. You can't da 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 da. He was just, going on and on. And I didn't have a bank account. I didn't have a credit card. So I was like, he was like, man, you big bad wolf. You Drumma Boy, will show me 100,000 in a year. And literally, I remember taking him my bank statement 10 months later, like, bam. You know what I'm saying? And we became best friends ever since, So he was more concerned about what I was doing with my time and all of that type of thing. But, for me to overcome that and to show and prove that, yeah, I can get a bank account, I can make legal money, 6 figures, doing something that I believe in. It was a challenge, but it definitely brought us closer.
I want to know, what was that first piece of equipment your mom bought?
Roland XP50 workstation. It was a store called Strings and Things at the time, which is now known as Guitar Center. But we got a keyboard out of there, the Roland XP50 workstation, man. The first one, you can look it up. They might still have images of them somewhere. But they was taking floppy disks, the little 3.5 floppy,
and put it in the slot at the top.
Yep.
I'm not gonna date myself, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I got a little age on you. Don't let the baby face fool you.
Floppies, yeah, you might be from the DAT tape era. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I was born in 75, baby. So okay, wow. So your dad now finally sees what his son has accomplished. Your mom obviously had your back the whole time. So now I want to talk about some of the artists that you worked with.
Okay.
Who was the hardest artist that you were like, you know what, I'm about to just hang this up? But because you're very driven, you're a driven person. But despite them being just a knucklehead, you said, you know what, I'm gonna keep on keeping on with them. Who was that artist?
Oh man, I had to say Gucci. Gucci was, man, going through all kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But through the ups, through the downs, we was right there with him and putting hits on the board. So definitely some amazing times, some crazy weird times, but just seeing the overall delivery of what we've done and the overall catalog of what we've given to the world, man, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So like you've got an amazing backstory. Your success is ridiculous. At what point did you decide to go ahead and write this memoir?
I want to say, like, I started writing the book in 2010, like just images and just jotting down notes. I'm always writing quotes and whatnot. And I started to look at the quotes that I was putting on Instagram for free. I was like, man, let me start archiving some of these joints. Like, I'm giving away way too much game for free. And like, let me put it all in a book. And then when I lost my brother, that's when I was like, man, let me take a few steps back away from the music industry and get not only his estate and everything formed, but let me tell my story. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know, tomorrow ain't promised. You don't know what's going on or what might, So I was like, man, let me at least get my story together. And I was able to do that behind the hits, sharing the stories, the business, what I was going through, the ups and downs of my career. As well as just, how to stay relevant.
Are you a journal? Like, do you journal?
No, anything that I do or have written is all been in like notes or in my phone, in my iPhone.
So
So
that's where you would just start uh logging, your
uh-huh,
knowledge nuggets.
right. There and Instagram archive.
Oh wow. So you used Instagram when you were writing your memoir.
Oh yeah, because each caption, like, I'll post a quote and then I'll post a caption to go with that quote that was like part of my memory or part of my life. Or it was certain interviews that I've done. I was like, man, I really like what I said right there, like the way I broke it down and whatnot. And then I would just take all of these pieces and plug them into the chronological order of my life.
What's the biggest lesson you learned in your journey?
Pay your taxes. Them penalties and interest. Woo, woo, woo. No, but paying your taxes definitely in the business side, split sheets, back end, publishing, entertainment attorneys. This is a contractual business. So being able to, have the lawyers in place as well as the agreement, the black and white in place, do not depend or rely on verbal agreements. That's definitely been like one of the key lesson learners.
So that's one of the things I want to talk about. In your book, I believe you mentioned about being business savvy. So, and you brought up the tax point. So something must have happened there for you to do that. So where did you learn that? Was there a mentor? Did you do research?
I learned a lot in school while I was in University of Memphis. I majored in music business. Um,
Ah,
so I learned a lot there. I learned a lot from Wendy Day, Rap Coalition, the cheat code. She's been giving us the cheat code for so long. She was doing free classes at University of Memphis teaching about music business and PRO, performance right organizations, and the importance of an entertainment attorney, the importance of management, of scaling your business. And she was talking about these things when I was 16. So I had a lot of that knowledge, but obviously you live and you learn. So the more that you live, the more you're going to learn. And some people take heed, some don't. But time flies, man, especially when you're having fun and you're making a lot of money and you tend to trust other people in your position. So, okay, I hire an accountant, I hire a bookkeeper and things of that nature. And then you might find out 5 years later or 6 years later that the accountant ain't been really paying what he say he paying. You know what I mean? The monthly
mhm.
payment or that quarterly payment that you've been paying for taxes been going to his rent. You know what I mean? And then, no way to explain all of this or no agreement between you two. So the responsibility still falls on me. I'm not able to sue him. He already in different legal disputes and whatnot. So you really got to wake up, say, hey, this is my fault. This happened because I really wasn't paying attention like that. I can't put it all on him, and then figure out a way. So there are things where the government might settle for whatever amount that you can pay. There are things called offering compromise where this $550,000 tab that I owe 550,000. You know what I'm saying? Bam, that turned into, I think I settled for like 173,000.
Oh, wow.
You know what I
So
mean?
do you drop knowledge nuggets like that in your book
Oh
of
yeah,
your
absolutely.
experiences?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, so this really truly is, I think you labeled it the blueprint for greatness because that business part is extremely important. A lot of artists don't realize that, like you said, end up in trouble.
Absolutely. And you facing, 4 to 5 years in jail or whatever, or that penalty and interest. Just next thing you know, if you wait another year, 2 years, that could 550 could turn into 1 million. It's just it's about really being on top of the game and being, business savvy.
So, what else do you dig into in this book? We've got the business part down. I'm sure we've got your journey.
Really the hustle, being able to turn nothing into something. That's
Mhm.
that's a gift that all of us have. We just got to learn how to tap into it with what we do best. And some people, they start off as artists, they end up as managers. Some people, they start off as interns, they end up executives. Um, some people start off as producers, they end up rappers. Like, it's just about finding your niche and figuring
Mhm.
out the best way to monetize that niche, and to turn that into a full-fledged business. I learned from my grandmama when she would make a pot of gumbo. She'll take this onion. She got one onion left, a few potatoes left, maybe some shrimp over here, maybe a little fish over here. She got some cabbage and some carrots and whatnot. Whatever she got left in the refrigerator, put it all into one pot, and it turned into gumbo. And we would feed off of that for 3, 4, 5 days, and it stick. Good meals. So I did that with music and the people around me. Like, okay, I'm not every person who I work with, they weren't famous. They were inspiring artists trying to get on. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Took those people that I'm in my neighborhood with. Yo, got it. Damn. Go to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I'm working with Jody Breeze. He was Jody Breeze at the time. Then Boys in the Hood, and you know what I'm saying? Jeezy on the grind coming up, Tip on the grind coming up. I met Tip in 99 before he had even dropped the project. 2 Chainz during the duffel bag boy days. I met Ross when he was Teflon Don. You know what I mean? So just working with guys from the bottom and turning everybody that I was around, into successful music and helping them tell their story. So
Mm.
kind of found my niche and just helped as many people tell their story. Trap music was looked down upon. So when I was doing Gotti, everybody was trap music. You. Soon as we started winning Grammys, it was like the orchestra embraced me again. But it was that one point where all my, I grew up, never had babysitters. So a lot of the orchestra members that were cool with my dad, when I first started doing trap music, kind of was like, but
Oh,
soon
look down on you, huh?
yeah, as soon as them Grammys came and whatnot, and the success started coming, and trap became a genre and all this. Oh, Dr. Ghost and Chris is doing so well. He's doing so good. You know what I mean? So it's just so many different things that you learn, and just learning how to play the game, understanding that, it's a fake industry. It's a lot of fakeness
It's like
out here
chess.
too. Absolutely. You got to play chess, not checkers.
Boom. What do you think your purpose is?
Uh to bless as many people possible, to inspire
Mm.
and to share, the Lord's message, the Lord's love. You know what I'm saying? And I serve
Hmm.
him. And as long as I keep serving him, he allows me to keep blessing and uplifting, the and spreading music, which is the deeper roots uniting music. That's what Drum Squad stand for. That's the acronym of the drum, deeper roots uniting music, and just spreading that heartbeat around the world.
I love that. What would you say is your why? I think you said some of that in what you just said, but your why, that's one thing I always like to ask people. What is your why? Because you can just be going about life and, well, my purpose is this, but what is your why?
Yeah, my why is to enhance, encourage, to
Mm.
motivate, inspire,
Hmm.
and to help polish into the best form you've ever been in.
I love that. That man took my respect for you to a whole nother level. And this is why I love being able to talk with artists or people in the music industry because it's so much deeper than what we just see, right? There's always a reason why. I absolutely love your reason why. There's a bigger picture why we're here. So
Absolutely.
your book, I people definitely need to go grab that because if you're dropping nuggets like that, it's not just any just random, oh yeah, I had the great life and this is what here I am, who I am now. So what else can we find in your book? Where can we find your book?
The book is on Barnes and Noble. It's on um Amazon. It's on all book platforms, Apple Music, everywhere. And just little nuggets about what equipment I was using, where I was at, what I was
Mm.
going through, how I handled certain hurdles, even taking a chance on certain records that I believed in that maybe the labels didn't, or maybe the A&Rs didn't. And I took the record to the DJs and leaked it, or maybe put the record out when I wasn't supposed to, but the record blew up, took fire, and made everybody see the belief and see the vision that I had initially from the get-go. So sometimes you got to take a chance. If people don't understand or see your vision, you got to show them. Don't be afraid to let the passion, the fuel, the spirit, the soul burn. It's got to burn. It's gonna be some people that don't believe in you. Let that be your fuel. Let that be your you know that motivation to get to your destination.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Now I saw also on the cover Tamiko Hope. That's one of my buddies.
Oh yeah, man.
I know
Tamika
her.
Hope, she's so cool. She introduced me to Andre 3000 and Big Boy when I first got to Atlanta. She's always been just an amazing PR, good friends with my manager, Squeak. And I was like, man, you got to help me tell this story. And it all started off just her recording me over the phone. She was like, look, you got so much going on, drama. Just tell it to me first. Then we're going to write it down. You know what I mean? So I would walk her through, just like I'm walking you through the book through an interview. And we kind of did that. And then I could listen back on what I said and certain elements. And then we started pulling the facts of when certain things released. And once I could heard the year, like 2003, it would bring more memories. Oh yeah, I remember what I was doing too. Damn, 2001, I graduated high school. Damn, okay, I remember. Okay, bam, that was my first year of college. Like, so once I saw the year and saw when certain things were released, because I'm so used to just going forward, going forward, going forward. But when you actually look back at what you've done and start dissecting dates or certain months and whatnot, you start to remember more things. You know what I'm saying? Especially applying photos and pictures with certain moments that I had in my life. That was the fun part. So, man, shout out to Tamika Hope. Shout out to Wahida Clark for helping me publish the book. And, I didn't know anything about the business, the book business or whatnot. So I wanted to get the best people around me to educate me and to, give me the intellect that I feel like I needed to be the most successful.
When you look back at your journey, are you amazed that you made it this far?
Nah, I knew I was gonna make it far. I always, knew like, man, if I stick to this right here and honestly just keep him involved, keep the Lord, you know what I'm saying, the Almighty, man, like, man, I wouldn't be here without him. I give him the praise and the glory, you know what I'm saying, and just keep sharing love and being humble, keeping my feet down to the ground. I saw something the other day where this dude had this it was like a voltage or whatever, and it shows how much voltage you have when you wearing shoes, but then it shows how much voltage you have when you take the shoes off and you put your feet on the ground and staying connected to the earth. It's a complete different voltage. You know what I mean? So that's like, being arrogant is like walking around with shoes forever.
Mm.
But that you get that humbleness when you walk around on the ground 10 toes down and you connected to that earth. So I always, I like being on the earth, man. I like to be connected to the soul.
10 toes down, baby.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, I was gonna ask you something. Oh, do you have any children?
Oh, not yet. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely aiming for a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to having a family. I can't wait. Everybody say I'll be a wonderful dad. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Definitely
so your
looking
son pops out and he says, you know what? Well, obviously he gets a little older than him just like popping out the womb. And he says, you know what? I'm doing music, Dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like I got everything he needs as far as music. I got the relationships. I got amazing peers that he could learn from. A lot of different teachers, and give him the option. But definitely teaching him the business. This is the music business first, and then the artistry and the talent and all of that is amazing and can be developed and polished. Like you can make anybody an artist, but it's hard to teach the business and for people to understand the business. So as long as you understand the business, you can do anything.
What's something you wish that people would know about you?
Um, Something that I wish people would know about me. Oh, damn. That's a good question. Hmm. That's a good question, man. I would say honestly, just how good of a person I am. Like, my music. You don't know me. A lot of people know the listen to this track. These are the hey yeah boy. They see my Instagram, they see a gangster, they see a thug, or they see this little dude from Memphis and whatnot. But like, it's a different side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just here to make anything around me better. I'm only here to
Mm,
better, you know what I'm saying? And to, help people walk through the dark. Because it's a dark world. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of, the devil is the devil's presence is very heavy. You know what I mean? So just sharing it. It might be somebody who need to hear it or what, but just like there are people who rooting for you, who want to see you win. And sometimes it don't feel like that, but I'm always that person that want to see you win, that want to see you succeed, that want to see you successful.
mm. If you weren't a producer, what would you be doing?
If I want an influencer or a musician,
Producer.
or if
Hmm.
I want a producer, I would
Hmm.
be a race car driver. I would be a Formula One driver. No
That's
question.
so bomb. That's so bomb because I always say, look, I would drive those Monster Jam trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I am a country girl, truck driving, but I'm not from the country. I'm such a city girl.
Yeah.
But I love some monster trucks. Oh, that's dope.
I ain't never drove a monster truck. But yeah, I would be a Formula One driver.
So you drive fast?
From time to time.
Please be careful when you drive fast.
Yeah.
This has been such a pleasure. Um, Memphis. I have family in Collierville.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, my mom used to work out there heavy, heavy, heavy. She used to have some long days of driving up Mill Branch and Holmes Road all the way from the Haven, Black Haven. So she would have to drive from Black Haven up Holmes Road to Collierville on
Hmm.
some days.
Oh, I absolutely love this drum. You have a bigger purpose than what you just see right now, but you keep being a light because that's what you are. You are an incredible light. And you got a lot of people who are looking at you and up to you. So you lead them into that light and just let them be the best that they can be. You just keep encouraging and uplifting, be the exhorter that you are. So
Absolutely.
this is so great. Okay. I want you to tell people your IG again, where they can find the book. The book again for you guys that I don't even think I even mentioned it. It's called Behind the Hits. I didn't even ask you where you came up with that name. Oh my God.
Behind the
Bad
headset,
journalist. I don't know.
man.
I guess I was so excited. I love
Behind,
music. I love
yeah.
music. It's a passion. So I love getting inside the mindset and figure out why do you do what you do.
Absolutely, man. Y'all go get that, man. Go get my book. It took me 10 years to write this thing. Behind the hits, breaking down a lot of the songs. So many people say I'm the soundtrack to their life or remember moments in time when I get to singing some of the songs that I produced. Like the first song I produced for Gucci Man was It's a Photo Shoot. Girl, it's a photo shoot. Or I think I love her. Gucci, you don't love me. Or man, the first song I did for Plies was Even Though You're Not My Girl, I Still Call You My Shawty. Or man, the first song I did for Drake, I got money to blow, getting it in, letting these bills fall all on your skin. I got money to blow. First song I did for Pastor Troy. Make them get their money right. Make them get their money right. Strip club anthem. I was 19, wasn't even old enough to get in the strip club. You know
Y'all
what I mean?
look, he is glowing. He is
Yeah, man. I
glowing.
put on for my city, on for my city. Jeezy, Kanye West. First song I did with Waka Flocka, girl, drop it to the floor. I love the way your booty go. We just went diamond with a single, you know what I mean? So definitely produce so many songs, and once people find out the face behind the name, or just putting the face with a name, understanding the man behind the hits, it hit different. You know what I'm saying? And it gives you more education, gives you more insight on like the stories behind the hits. So you gotta go get the book. I produce some of your favorite songs, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn the behind the hits.
But you know what? I think you should make this into a documentary.
Oh yeah, it's already tuh, we
He
already
said, "Tough."
tuh, we already hey
I love it. I'm ready to sit back and click on my Netflix and be like,
yep
it's
yep
gonna be
it's coming
great.
2024
It's gonna be great because
my
God has
Instagram.
what? Oh yes, tell them what
No,
your
no, no,
Instagram
no.
is.
Girl, you was finna say God has. I ain't gonna stop that sentence.
I was gonna say God has something so big for you. You think what you already been through is already big and delicious. I'm telling you. I don't know. It's just I can just feel it. It's you got something bigger coming.
Oh yeah,
Just just
definitely.
know that.
Oh yeah,
But
I do.
but just keep you got to keep being that light though. You know what I mean? So because you already know what's around us. You keep being that light, man. I don't know what it is, but it's coming.
Hey, so already, man, you can follow my Instagram at Drumma Boy Fresh, DRUMMABOY Fresh. My website, drummaboy.com. You can get my official app. It's in the app stores and Google Play, the official Drumma Boy app. Yeah, tap in, man. The book is on all platforms. And the new single, Freak Some, featuring my boy T-Rail and Juvenile. You got to go get it, download it, stream it, and share it. Do some TikToks for your boy.
Leave people with one thing, just one little nugget.
Start a LLC if you see the vision. Get your EIN number, take that EIN paperwork to the bank, open that bank account, establish some business credit, and check out AI, because the AI is definitely on the forefront, and it's very, very helpful. There's so many different AI tools that can be used, to get you to your next level. So
It's
start that LLC,
bananas.
get about your business, man.
Yay. Well, it's your girl Sky, Insta Atlanta Uncut. You can always catch us on Fox. So thank you so much, Drum. Like I said, this was amazing. You're an amazing human being. So this was a last minute interview for me. Like when I tell you I was just running around and like I literally just walked in. But this
Yeah,
was
we were
a
scheduled for another
pleasure.
interview at 3:30. I'm not sure who was supposed to do that interview, but they couldn't find them. You know what I mean? So my PR hit me back. They said, "Hey, they found Sky. You know what I'm saying? She can do it." So woo, woo, woo. I like, look, I'm available. Let's knock it out. 8:30. I'm good.
This right here was great. So sometimes some things were just meant to happen. We may not understand why at the moment, but in the bigger picture, you guys always keep a light in front and always, like Drum said, look up, because there is a bigger picture. God's got you. It's your girl Sky in Atlanta, y'all.
Peace. Hey, yeah.